The emergency department at St. Matthew's Medical Center in Chicago was packed with patients when billionaire entrepreneur Damian Blackwood stormed through the front entrance. Surrounded by bodyguards and assistants, he expected everyone to step aside. At the same moment, Emma Carter, an 8-month pregnant emergency room nurse, rushed toward a trauma patient with life-saving medication. Damian blocked her path. "I don't wait for anyone," he snapped. Emma kept her voice calm. "Sir, this patient could die if I'm delayed. Please let me through." The answer bruised Damian's ego. Without warning, he slapped Emma across the face. She stumbled backward, wrapping both arms around her baby bump as the medication tray crashed onto the floor. The hospital lobby fell completely silent. Doctors, nurses, and visitors stared in disbelief. Damian simply smiled, adjusted his expensive suit, and walked away as though nothing had happened. He believed his wealth placed him above consequences. He couldn't have been more wrong. Emma had spent nearly 10 years caring for strangers, often working double shifts without complaint. Her husband, Ryan Carter, was a firefighter, and together they were counting down the weeks until the birth of their first child. Although her cheek still burned from the slap, Emma refused to let anger distract her from her patients. She finished her shift before quietly reporting the assault. Unfortunately, hospital executives hesitated to act. Damian Blackwood wasn't just another wealthy visitor. His foundation had donated millions of dollars to the hospital. Several board members feared losing financial support if the incident became public. Emma wasn't interested in revenge. She simply wanted accountability. What Damian didn't know was that Emma's older brother, Daniel Carter, worked as a senior federal prosecutor known for handling high-profile financial crime and public corruption cases. Daniel had spent years building a reputation for refusing political pressure or billionaire influence. When he saw the hospital security footage, his expression never changed. He simply said, "Nobody is above the law." The assault report quickly reached local authorities. Security cameras clearly showed Damian striking Emma without provocation, while dozens of witnesses watched. At first, Damian's lawyers dismissed the case. "It's just a misunderstanding," they claimed, but the story leaked to the media. Within hours, television stations, newspapers, and social media exploded with outrage. Videos from hospital visitors spread across the internet, and millions questioned how someone so powerful could attack a pregnant healthcare worker in public. As investigators looked deeper, they discovered something unexpected. Several former employees came forward with allegations of workplace intimidation, illegal business practices, and attempts to silence whistleblowers inside Damian's company. Daniel never rushed the investigation. Instead, he allowed the evidence to speak for itself. Meanwhile, Emma stayed away from interviews. She continued attending medical appointments and focused on preparing for motherhood, refusing to let bitterness define her future. For the first time in years, Damian realized that money couldn't erase every mistake. His investors began pulling out. Business partners canceled meetings. Even longtime friends stopped answering his calls. The empire he had spent decades building was beginning to crack. Weeks later, Damian entered a packed courtroom expecting another expensive legal victory. Instead, prosecutors presented crystal-clear surveillance, footage showing the exact moment he assaulted Emma. Doctors testified that the stress could have endangered both mother and unborn. Child hospital staff described the fear and silence that followed. Then Emma took the witness stand. She didn't yell. She didn't insult Damian. Looking directly at him, she quietly said, "I became a nurse to protect people during the worst moments of their lives. That day, I only asked for enough space to save someone else's life. I hope no one else is ever treated the way you treated me." The courtroom remained silent. For the first time, Damian couldn't hide behind wealth, power, or expensive attorneys. The evidence was overwhelming. The judge found him guilty of assault and ordered significant legal penalties, while separate investigations into his business practices continued moving forward. The smile that had once filled the hospital lobby disappeared completely. A few months later, Emma welcomed a healthy baby girl into the world. The hospital staff celebrated with flowers, laughter, and tears of joy. Emma returned to work after maternity leave, receiving the respect she had always earned through kindness and dedication. Damien's future looked very different. His public reputation collapsed. Major contracts disappeared, and several corporate investigations permanently changed his business empire. More painful than the financial losses was realizing that one moment of arrogance had destroyed the respect he once demanded. People eventually forgot the size of Damien's fortune, but they never forgot the day a billionaire smiled after assaulting a pregnant nurse. Emma never celebrated his downfall. She believed justice wasn't about revenge. It was about proving that every person deserves dignity, no matter how rich or powerful someone else may be. Before you judge someone's worth by their job, appearance, or status, remember this: kindness costs nothing, but arrogance can cost everything. Every person deserves respect because true character is revealed not by how we treat the powerful, but by how we treat those who can offer us nothing in return. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who believes that kindness will always be stronger than pride.